Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback. We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Right there, 54, right there. I'm coming after you.
Cousins on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Byron Jones. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, partner, that was not a good omen right there. The very first play from scrimmage, you just want to give yourself a nice, simple throw and hopefully get yourself into a rhythm. That is the last thing you're expecting. And now you put your defense in a tough spot right from the word go.
There you go. Mike 54. Watch twist.
They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 48-yard line.
Here we go. Mike 54. All you get is a headache.
They'll run with Elliott.
You got tape.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Now Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. 23 yards on the play. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive. On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
Right there, 54 Mike. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day. Gun. Shit.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. Brett Maher now for the Cowboy field goal. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this one is right down the middle. Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move. The Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Not the way they wanted to begin things. You had the interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points.
And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game? He said they had something special designed for the first play. It didn't hit. Let's see if he can rebound from it and not let it get him down.
They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
To throw is Cousins. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson, and that'll make it 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Mike by 4, Mike by 4, Mike by 4. Here we go, let's break the hot.
3rd and long for Cousins. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 21 yards there on 3rd down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Gun. Slam him right out.
Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On 2nd down and 4, Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 43.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Cousins gives way to Cook. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Gun.
From the 39, Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Hey, C6.
On 3rd down, Cousins. He completes it to Treadwell. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10, and he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive.
Stay home. Stay home. Mike, listen to me. Hey, alert 48. Alert. Hey, we go Mike the 48 right now. Let's go. Watch the slant. Wide. 48 for Mike. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
From the gun, here's Cousins. It's hauled in by Doxson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Gun! Zebra!
A first down throw for Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Josh Doxson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Cowboys 3.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll try the right side with Elliott. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Complete to Jason Witten. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Dak fighting his tight end Witten, and the Cowboys have a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Jim.
This is Elliott. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Check. Switch it. Hey.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Cowboys on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 now. 4 now. There we go. Right there. 54 miles. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 31-yard line.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 31. From the pistol, here's Elliott. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Kill. Watch twist. Check. Go. Get out there. Fresno. There we go.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
3rd down and 8.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Tighten up. Watch the eye.
Throwing, Prescott. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Results in a 4th down.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And Marr pulled it left. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
One, two. You. Mike,
From the 40 now on second down. Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Lewis.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Prescott now. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Run. Run. Mike 54. Check the out. Bingo. Check the out. Check 4. Check 4. What's that?
They start the drive with Cook. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
At the 29-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
That's not good. 54.
Cousins the thrower. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9.
Right, 54, right there. 54, Mike. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 3. Watch the 50. Yellow.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. The Vikings first down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. 2. Get him. 54's Mike, 54's Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54. Hey, echo.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Incomplete. Byron Jones on the coverage.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Heavy on the edges. Run. Mike 54. Mike 54.
Again, it's Cousins. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Give them 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Gun. 54's Mike. Check, watch 54. Hey, flicker. Silver. Watch the ship. Hey. Gun. Watch the ship.
A give to Cook out of the gun. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So on fourth down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Well, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
Second and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's second and 9 from the 26.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Hey, 47. 26.
Now Prescott. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. On first and 10, Prescott looking deep in the direction of, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
First down, Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Gun.
Check right 54. Right 54. Cover.
Gun.
54, right there, right there. 54, Mike. Go. Mike, 54.
Hey, Steamer.
54.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
54. Hey, over. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Hot.
Cousins going up top. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one. 43 yards.
Right 54.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Here's Cousins. This is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have once again taken the lead. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
Now, I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the 3rd quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Go to 54. Ryan.
Mike's 5-4.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
26.
Here's Prescott. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Danielle Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Everson Griffin able to record his 5th sack of the season. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Ready? Gun. Gun.
Right there. 54, Mike. 3 bud. Mike, 54.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Hey, Steven.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
And the Vikings first down.
Ready?
Here we go, D.
Gun.
It's just me and you. Mike 48.
Gun.
Hey, look, 48.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Good route here.
Now Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
Gun.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. It's out of time. It's out of time.
Gun. Where's your hot?
Check Mike 54.
Draw play. Cousins to Cook. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Stephen Weatherly. Credit him with his sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Last year, Dak Prescott had 3 fourth-quarter comebacks, and he's in search of another one right now.
Not ready for this.
Here go 47.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
Deuce.
Here we go.
Check boys.
To try again after the sack, Prescott. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for them. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let him know.
Gun. Bring up 48.
I don't think you got it, son. Mike 55.
Following the interception, Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
55's Mike, 55. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up,
Cousins. He's got his man. This is Jackson. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
First down, Vikings.
Cousins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Hey, no, easy.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. 54. That's right, baby.
On the ground is Cook. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Run.
Let's go, defense. Who we got? Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Hey, get away.
Black.
Bang.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Gun. Run.
Come on, baby. Woo! Hey, alert 48.
Hot.
On 3rd down, they run with Madison. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. 1-yard gains are trending the same result on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, push their backs clearly against the wall.
This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Prescott from the gun. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. Well, that's one part of the equation. Puts them back within one score, but I'd be surprised if we don't see an onside kick coming up.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, partner. They've still got the 2 timeouts. But without that third one, they can bleed a lot more clock on you. So how confident are you that the defense can hold them deep? I think you're exactly right. I'd line up and play for the onside kick here.
And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
Gun.
Here's Madison running on first down, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Gun. Go get him. Hey, Haywood.
Throwing here, Cousins. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Well, they didn't really have to earn that first down, did they?
Well, they're not having earned much, are they? Back-to-back penalties. First was 1st and 5, and now they give them a first down.
Under. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
They'll look to throw. It's caught. Cooper. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Switch it, come on, switch it.
Now Elliott. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 17th touchdown now on the season, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Marr now to add the extra point. And this place has gone stone silent. Their guys remain down by a point. This will be taken short.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
3 down, 3 down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Another carry now for Madison. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd.
I got motion. Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic.
Gun.
Draw play, Madison. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Vikings, it's a rare victory for them as they get that record back to 3-7. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Dallas, it's just their 2nd loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.